Okay, just gonna get right into it. This has been out for some time, and I don't think I need to go over it too much because a lot of people already have. It's Lego Speed Champions, set 77256 Time Machine from Back to the Future, otherwise the Delorean Time Machine, right? 357 pieces. Really cool that they finally put this out. I think they had one kind of this size quite a number of years back, but that thing looked very primitive and archaic compared to this. So much more detailed and more refined. That one's just clunky. But it was the only one at the time. And of course, you got the large icons ones. It's 200 something dollars or so, right? But it's a bit too big, a little bit more than I want to spend. I actually have several time machines in several factor form. I have one from Playmobil, like a Transformers one from Jada, and I want to say I have a fourth one somewhere, but this is a good one at the size. And you can make it in one of two modes, but not transformable, or at least not instantly. You gotta take off parts, mainly the wheels, and swap out probably the other thing that caps the nuclear, plutonium part in place of the Mr. Fusion. I'll talk about it once I build it up, and it looks pretty good. It doesn't have gull-wing doors. It's limitations of this, but honestly, that's not a big deal. I've seen some mods, but all they do is they open up the door, but the windows stay closed. Not going to bother with that. But what I'm going to do is, when I get to it, I'm going to just make a note on where I got the mod idea from to modify this to make it smoother. And I think they redo something with the front as well, where the gray silver part is more continuous, like with this angle here. And then instead of this kind of blocking out like this, and from what I can tell, it looks better. But I'll play it as I go. I may potentially keep it like this, but obviously I definitely want to get rid of these studs. Not much use for me over there. And that's it. I think it's going to get into the build, and I'll come back with the set all built up, and I'll just talk about it, my thoughts on it, and just add my 2 cents to the conversation, and that'll be that. Okay, done with this. Parts left over. I'm not going to show it in this configuration, just because I don't want to switch it back. This is how I'm going to display it anyways. Still debating whether I'm getting a second one just to show it in this form, because this is pretty cool too. But for now, if I did decide on one, I like this because it's kind of cool having a flying car, and it's a time machine. So pretty straightforward. And you've seen other, well, I would assume by now there are plenty of reviews on both modes. So there's not much else to it. Very cool build, but deciding, well, definitely going to smooth this out. But I'm going to see if I'm going to keep it like this or switch it, or do the way the mod was, where I think it matches this angle in here, and it leaves this just in the front, which I think kind of makes more sense, just so that this is a separate piece anyways, and this looks like it's kind of part of this, yet it's supposed to be kind of part of that. And once I do that, I'll figure out a way to display it. I have a stand, extra one at home, where I can just, it'll probably prop like this or up, probably more like sideways. Otherwise, get a bunch of transparent pieces like that, or a couple of windshields or something. I could also just have it on that and just hover low like this. I'll decide that later. Okay, mod's done, and basically just cleaning up the hood here. Shout out and the person who came up with this mod, Montana Models, I believe. You need, I'll link it. Just ask. I'll send you a link. He has a YouTube channel, so just look that up. And if you just do search on YouTube anyways for like, Back to the Future, DeLorean, upgrades or mods. I'm pretty sure it'll come up. That's how I found it. And there's lots of cool mods actually to upgrade and change it up. Be able to do all the 3 different versions. The main one that's absent is from number 3, Back to the Future number 3, with either the old school, 50s, tires. That's the main thing if you're keeping most of the car the same. Otherwise, there might be an extra mod to do the one where he's back in the West and he's riding on like the train wheels, I guess, for the track. And there's this big contraption that's strapped onto the hood that's made out of parts that of that era to, I don't know, help the car operate in that time period. And yeah, but I don't think I want to go there. I just don't think it looks particularly good unless I get really bored and I was like, okay, I'll make the 3rd version. But this is my favorite, just to have a flying car. I like flying cars, you see back there, flying things. And yep, so I have it shown with Mr. Fusion, the future license plate, and of course in flight mode. And now it's all cleaned up here nicely. It's only held by 1 stud, but it's sufficient. But the main thing is just to clean this up so it's smooth. You don't have those 4 studs just kind of arbitrarily just right in the middle. It's not like a hood ornament or something, or just 4 studs. So let's get a closer look. And yeah, this is a really cool build. I mean, either I can use I'll probably put this in some sort of flight mode, so either it's going to be in some transparent pieces like the one underneath here, but like a bunch of these cylindrical ones, could stack them, and they're easy enough to attach to the bottom here. Or I do have a stand too, but then the thing is there's no like anti-stud part to connect to, so that might be a little bit of a trick. If anything, I might need to create a piece that goes right underneath here for that to attach to, so I can stick it on there, and then it'll just obviously about like, no, this is flat, raised, and usually those are at a tilt, so that'll give it a dynamic look to it. I'll see, it's either that, or I may still go with this idea and just have it flat, static, just sitting there. That's the easiest. Just put some down here and just have it like hover low. Although it would look better if it's actually flying much higher instead of just above the ground, right? But there you go. Pretty clean mod now. And oh yeah, and also they rearranged. It's not just, well, you have to do a few things on the inside to get to this, but they also, as you will notice, that they changed this profile here. It used to be matched up like this gray. Used to be, the light gray part used to be matched up in shape to this one, but I think that made that front part a little too bulky, and this is already sticking out a bit, so it didn't need that extra piece right behind it to do the same thing. And I think just leaving this alone by itself, which I think in the real car is basically a separate, I guess, piece of aluminum or whatever that is, piece of metal. That's the front part, and then this should be kind of the same. Makes more sense. And there we go. Back to the Future DeLorean Time Machine. Trying to make this one a pretty quick video, as most people have by now probably made videos on this and mods. I just wanted to just share what I'm doing with it, what I like about it, and just this is all I really need. I don't need the doors open and much else. It's gonna, again, pretty much be a static display. Again, I may get another one just to do the original version as a car, without before he goes before he makes this transformation. But I'll just wait till it's on sale. I need to buy it at full price, which I'm sure it will probably eventually be at that point. If it's 28 now, maybe at least 24, preferably 20. That'd be a deal, and pick another one up then, and just do this all over. I guess I have to rebuy these parts to clean it up again, but it'll be worth it. It's not that many pieces and easy enough to get a hold of through BreakLink, or if I can scavenge some more pieces at home. But I did have to eventually actually go to BreakLink to get a few extra pieces that I wasn't able to find at home. It's like 3, but I just made a larger purchase with a bunch of other stuff I was thinking I might need for something else. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed this. Pretty simple. Hopefully it's going to be quick and short this time compared to my last couple of videos. All right, thanks. Bye. Okay, just wanted to throw in this last bit at the end. I decided to just put those, just for now, these clear, round pieces, cylindrical pieces on here, just to give it the floating effect. Decided if I'm going to actually put it on a flight stand. This might do. I'm not sure if I have space for the flight stand actually with this, or I might rather use that for something else instead, perhaps the spinner. Because I mean, this just kind of shows off and does the job anyways. But yeah, that's basically it. You can see down there what's going on, and for the most part don't really see it from most angles, so yeah, that might do. Shall see. And I don't think there's anything you can do to cover up these gaps in here at the corners, but overall I can't complain. I mean, they did a pretty decent job at doing this, and the gray is actually not that bad a match to this. It's not, I can tell it's not 100%, but it's closer than some other printed, windshield canopy pieces like this in the past, namely the white ones. Those are pretty bad. They don't turn out very white compared to the Lego piece, the actual pieces that they're supposed to match. And then you got some siphoning here, which is cool, which is actually on the window of the DeLorean. I believe it's actually maybe a little bit higher, but this isn't completely in proportion anyways. But yeah, it's cool to see, and that's it. Just wanted to add this at the very end. All right, so I wonder how many guys have picked this up. I mean, this is probably by far the most famous time machine in modern history, at least for some time. Actually, I think many people who hasn't really watched Back to the Future, right? And the only other one that she should do maybe is someday they should do like one of like H.G. Wells' Time Machine. Yeah, it's basically like a sleigh with the little spinning thing on the back, right? But that's a classic too. That's probably the only other time machine that I can think of that's might be about as famous as this one, and somewhat recognizable. If you're into science fiction, then you would definitely recognize that as well. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching.